Hello, welcome to another session in this course. As part of this session, I'm going to cover the next topic, that is synchronous and asynchronous behavior in JavaScript. So in JavaScript programming, what is mean by synchronous and what is mean by asynchronous? Okay. Synchronous behavior in JavaScript programming and asynchronous behavior in JavaScript programming. So let me give one small example here so that you will easily understand what is mean by synchronous in JavaScript programming and what is mean by asynchronous in JavaScript programming. Okay. So for example, you have a program. Okay. This is a line one of the program. This is a line two of the program. This is a line three of the program. Right. And in case of synchronous kind of behavior in programming, when you run this particular code having these three steps, okay, after the line 1 is completed, then line 2 will get executed. After the line 2 got executed, then line 3 will get executed. This is what is called as synchronous behavior of running the JavaScript programs. Okay, when you run the JavaScript programs and if the JavaScript program runs line by line, after first line, then second line, then second line, then third line, that is called as synchronous way of running the programs. Then there is another thing known as asynchronous, guys. Okay, in this case, what happens is this one situation that may happen where step one, step two, step three are there. Okay, line one, line two, line three are there. Due to some XYZ reasons, line one is taking some 10 seconds. Okay, line one is taking 10 seconds. So JavaScript, okay, what the JavaScript will do while the line one is taking 10 seconds, line 2 is actually waiting, right? So instead of waiting, while the step 1 or line 1 is getting executed, step 2 will start. If step 2 is also taking 5 seconds, let's say, while the line 1 and line 2 are simultaneously running, line 3 or step 3 will also start. Got it? Here, line by line, the code is getting executed. But in this asynchronous behavior of JavaScript programming, what is happening? If line 1 is taking some time and JavaScript will not wait for the line 1 to complete, okay, the entire time it will not wait. While the line 1 is getting executed, simultaneously line 2 will start. And if the line 2 also takes some time, then simultaneously line 3 will start. Okay. This is what is called as asynchronous behavior in JavaScript programming. And if the code in the JavaScript programming is getting executed line by line, line after line, without simultaneous behavior, that is called as synchronous behavior of JavaScript programming. And if any JavaScript code is running in this way, where one of the line is taking time and JavaScript is not waiting for the line to be completed and next line is starting, that kind of way of the JavaScript programming running is called as asynchronous behavior of the JavaScript programs. I'm going to take one example, guys. Okay, so to make you guys understand what is synchronous and asynchronous, I'm going to take one example here. So for that, let me launch Visual Studio Code, which is the IDE where I'm demonstrating the JavaScript language. Okay, from the previous sessions and all. Let me go here and delete this file and let me create a new file here. I'll just name this file as demo.js, a brand new file. Okay, here. So here, let me write the code, guys. Let me write the code here. Line 1, line 2, line 3. Console.log. Here I'll write down step 1. Okay, step 1. I'll print step 1. Console.log, second line. Here I'll say step 2. And if I write console.log, step 3, like this, 3 lines have written. Now, if I run this code, after the first line, then second line will get executed. After second line, third line will get executed in a sequential manner. This way of this behavior of JavaScript programming is called as synchronous behavior. Okay. So demo.js. In this case, you see, after step 1, then step 2 got printed, then step 3. That means line 1, line 2, line 3. Sequential order. This is synchronous way of or synchronous behavior of JavaScript programming. What if I write something like this, where the first one is step 1, that's okay. The second one, for the second line, I'll write something like this. Okay, set time out, a predefined method in JavaScript language. Okay, which will delay the kind of stuff. Okay, put a semicolon here in the set timeout method. I need to create a function. I'll create a function, guys. I'll create a function and comma, and here after the function, okay, well, first argument will be function, and the second argument I'll pass it as let's say 5 seconds. Okay, 5 seconds, 5000 milliseconds, that is 5 seconds. Now here, I'll write this statement that is, so inside this function, okay, which is the first argument, I'm writing console.log statement, okay. In fact, I can also convert this function into an arrow function, guys. Okay, this function I can convert into an arrow function. How to convert this function into an arrow function? Just remove this function keyword and curly brace you remove. Okay, put an arrow mark symbol and just write it like this, and semicolon even is not required. Okay, close this, you see, and you can write in a single line. You see, this is a benefit of the arrow function where, number of lines of code gets reduced. So here, the as of in this set timeout method, first argument I'm passing it as a function, which need to print or run this code, okay, which doesn't have any parameters, and it will run the code, and step two will be printed. And second parameter is nothing but second argument. Sorry, this is the first argument. Second argument is nothing but the milliseconds in time, that is 5 seconds. Okay, if I run this code, what will happen, guys? Step one, then step 2 will take some time. Okay, step 2 to run will take some time. After 5 seconds, step 2 will run. So this line will take more time. So JavaScript will not wait for this particular statement to be completed. Before that, it will proceed with the next line. It will simultaneously start the execution of the next line. So step 3 will be completed. After that, after 5 seconds, by the time 5 seconds completed, step 1 and step 3 will be printed. Then finally, step 2 will be printed. Okay, step 2 statement will be printed. Okay, so let's see that this way of running the code is nothing but a synchronous behavior, guys. Asynchronous behavior of JavaScript programming. Note, in JavaScript we have two behaviors of the programs. One is synchronous and the other one is asynchronous. Synchronous means the lines, the code lines of code will get executed line by line, whereas asynchronous means the code will be executed simultaneously. Demo.js, you see, step 1, step 3, and then after 5 seconds, step 2 will come. You see, the code is not waiting for the line to be completed. Line 2 started, but since it is taking more time, the JavaScript went on with the next line and has executed step 3, and by the time line 2 came to the end, you see, that means this line 2 and line 3 got executed simultaneously, because line 2 is taking time. Line 3 execution started, and by the time line 2 completed, we got the result also here. Okay, so this is what is called as synchronous and asynchronous behavior in JavaScript programming, guys. So hope, guys, you got some idea what exactly is synchronous and asynchronous behavior in JavaScript. So that's all for this session. See you in the next session. Thank you. Bye bye.